The Sonoran Desert, a vast, inhospitable expanse stretching across the US and Mexico. And if Donald Trump gets his way, it's about to be sliced in two by a giant border wall. I've come to a sovereign territory inside the border state of Arizona. The Tohono O'odham Nation is celebrating its annual rodeo. The Native American tribe has members on both sides of the US-Mexican border. What do you think of the wall that the president wants to build through here?
I don't think it's going to benefit anything.
It's going to cut off families that are from this side and from that side.
It's going to impact like our animals, our land that's there, the way that the water flows.
Terrible. It would be awful.
So many years, white man take it away, you know what I mean? Now they want to take some more of it. Like, I'm against it.
How you doing?
Verlon Jose is vice chairman of the Tohono O'odham Nation.
We got a wall that's going to be built down the road, and that is dividing communities. That's not bringing communities together. So that's why we oppose it.
My next stop is Sun City, a Phoenix suburb that's home to thousands of retirees who've migrated here from other parts of the US. I've been invited to a gathering of local Republicans. What does the wall symbolize to people in this room?
Security. I don't like to hear on the news that they have found 2 or 3 more bodies in the desert. I, for one, am being tired of being called a racist because I don't want these people coming in illegally.
Our sovereignty of this country has been violated by people illegally breaking the laws by crossing the border into this country.
How many people here have parents or grandparents or great-grandparents who were immigrants to America?
Everybody.
Everyone.
Everybody.
The immigrants who came to this country years ago through Ellis Island, they came to this country for opportunity. They came to this country planning on being American. The people that are coming in now, they really want to just continue their old lifestyle, and they give nothing back to us.
If you can't speak English, don't come. If you don't want to speak English, don't come. We don't need you.
The society that's invading our nation right now is not a moral society. They'll even take the teeth out of your head, the shoes off of your feet, and the gas out of your gas tank, because that's who they are. That's who they were bred to be from birth. Have you ever gone to Mexico? There isn't one neighborhood child that doesn't feel that that's my stuff that you have. When they come here, they take your stuff. Why do I want to have an immoral society come to my country?
And how many people here agree with what the gentleman just then said?
Somewhat.
It's not only a southern border. We're letting in people from the Middle East. Okay, I know in Great Britain you've got 8 or 10 mayors in England that are Muslim.
And why would you object to a Muslim mayor? What's the problem with someone having a religion which is different to yours?
I don't have a problem with him, but keep your stuff to yourself. Don't try to come in here and make this a Muslim country. It ain't going to happen. So you have allowed these people to come in there, and you let them take over. And what are you doing? Nothing. You're coming over here, and you are tramping on us. We're tired of it.
Go take
This
care
is
of them
why
first.
we got out of your country.
This wasn't the first time I felt unwelcome among Trump supporters. Populism is an exclusionary politics, hostile to perceived outsiders. You man, where are you from?
Poland.
Poland. Which is why I was curious to find there was someone else in the room with an accent as conspicuous as my own.
Stalin, then we escaped.
Outside, she showed me her bicycle.
This is American flag.
What does it mean to you?
This is, for me, is big privilege, have American flag. I am not doing what Mexican people doing, like with Mexican flag. Go to the street. I have American.
But you're, if I may, just one thing. You're from Poland, right? A political refugee.
Yes.
That's precisely the kind of immigrant that Trump doesn't want in this country.
No, this is not true. You're wrong. I'm sorry. I don't want to discuss with this.
The President of the United States.
Trump's severe restrictions on refugees entering the US is just the start of his proposed overhaul of the immigration system. He's willing to give immigrants brought to the country illegally as children a path to citizenship if Congress will fund his border wall and pass other hardline immigration laws.
Donald Trump will build the wall.
Former Sheriff Joe Arpaio was a chief supporter of Trump's immigration plan during the 2016 campaign in Arizona. Last year, the controversial sheriff was criminally convicted for defying a federal court order to stop using traffic patrols that were racially profiling Latinos. A lot's happened to Joe Arpaio. He's been controversially pardoned by Donald Trump, and now he's running for Senate. Says America's toughest sheriff.
Yeah, that's what the media has been calling me for years. They came up with a title. Thank you, media.
There might be an argument that you shouldn't be running for Senate. You should be in jail right now.
There was no racial profiling with my office. Let's get that straight. Okay? You ought to ask the question how I felt being in that courtroom after 58 years serving our country. And here I am on a misdemeanor political hit job.
How do you feel about the fact that your hero, Donald Trump, is proposing to give undocumented migrants a path to citizenship?
Well, you know, that's a tough one.
I heard you wanted to deport them. That was what you said your policy in the Senate was going to be. You deport them and then give them an opportunity to come back.
Exactly. Yeah, let me explain. They will be ambassadors for America. Let them come back legally with the green card or whatever, and they're here, and let them become a U.S. citizen. I don't understand why that's such a crazy idea.
Deporting 1.8 million people.
Well, you can't do it all at once. Also, you're not going to make 1.8 million people citizens either. Come on.
What's your view on the border wall and the likelihood that it will ever get built?
I think the president wants a better fence, let's call it a wall, because the chicken feed fence doesn't do anything.
Arpaio, sounds like maybe a Native American name.
No, it's Italian. Mother and father.
There's a tribe on the border that say they don't want the wall to go through their reservation.
Yeah, okay. That's their opinion, but I don't know why not if it keeps out the bad guys and keeps out illegal immigration.
But those people down on the border, their ancestors have been here way longer than yours.
Yeah.
I mean, this is their homeland, isn't it?
Yeah, it's our homeland, my homeland. So I hope when you get to the border, you don't get stopped.
Do you think we might do?
I hope you don't.
Why would anyone stop us?
No,
on the way to...
with the camera, search your camera or whatever.
You're not going to phone anyone else up to get us stopped, are you, Sheriff?
No.
My journey to the border took me back through the Tohono O'odham Reservation. I was accompanied by the nation's vice chairman, Verlon Jose.
So this is the Southwest Desert. Since time immemorial, we have been put here on this place, and we were nomadic. We traveled without no boundaries whatsoever.
What do you remember of the border as a younger child, as a boy?
I never knew there was a border. All I knew is we were going to grandma's house or we were going to somebody's house for a meeting or to take them groceries or to give them a ride somewhere. It was just our traditional lands. That is the border.
That is the border.
As I say, it's a scar down the middle of our heart.
A lot of the complaints you hear about immigration are to do with, Mexicans not speaking English.
Well, my response to them is that, you know what? You're speaking a foreign language. The English language is foreign to this area. Of the O'odham York, to speak O'odham, that is the original language. You want to be original from this land? Then you learn our language. The Department of Homeland Security said that we can use our tribal IDs to cross the boundaries.
So you could cross that right now?
I can cross it right now. I'll walk right there right now. I'm in Mexico. I'm in Mexico right now.
Do you feel any different?
I feel no difference.
How would you feel, Vice Chairman, if there was a physical wall between us right now?
I would feel very sad. Number one, I can't see my homeland, no matter which side I stepped on. I couldn't see my family. I could not reach out to my friends. Yeah. I could not reach out to my friends to greet them. to fill them, to let them know that we're okay.
And how hard are you going to fight against this wall?
I would do everything that I can to oppose this wall. I have to. That's what I'm here for. I will oppose it.